Well, evening everyone. Welcome back to Curb Clippers, welcome back to Monday Night Racing, and welcome back to the M1 Pro Club. With me, your host Fry, once again. It's round 7 and 8 from Long Beach. It's the end of free practice right now. Time's pretty damn close at the top. We're just holding an advantage of a blank. Less than a tenth. Head of Johnny B. Baggy is new to the championship. Welcome to Baggy, welcome to Curb Clippers, to Baggy as well. Only 6 tenths back. And then current championship leader DIZ, also 6 tenths back, but finds himself in 5th place. But it's only practice. Still got a minute and 50 to go. Qualifying underway next 15-minute session. Clear sunshine all the way through. Standard California weather. We've got Angie to join as well. She's just got home, so she's going to jump in. So we'll have 12 tonight. Couple missing. All the main players are it. Stazza whips it around the final corner. He might have one practice lap in his pocket here if he needs it. Gonna just make it across the line in time. Kev's got himself up into, yeah, he's only 2nd back now. That's a bit of an improvement. Pretty close though, especially amongst the pro guys at the top. Oh, Johnny B just nicks a little bit of kudos. Fastest time in practice. 1:19.766. Right at the death as well. Right, let's get the show on the road. Time for the qualifying for round number 7. M1 Pro Club. Live from Long Beach. Dazza leads them out from the pits. Oh, Kev's already managed to pick up a little penalty here. What's that going to be? Probably going to be speeding into the pits already, maybe? 2 good places. What's the error? We got Deck 7, a qualifying ban after last week's incident, which took Sender out of the lead. Kev Sender out of the lead. It was an accident, but Deck got his hands up, but he's serving a qualifying ban. Same as what Blankfall got earlier in the season. And she's made it into the lobby. That's good times. And just a quick run through the championship order. Welcome to everyone watching live, and welcome to everyone watching back later on. Hope you're doing well. Championship table at the moment looks like this. FRY-DIZ leads the way on 78 points, just 1 point ahead of Blank File. He's on 77. And you got Atu on 63, who missed last week, but we're bringing a drop round into the championship, so only the best 6 weeks of the 7 will count. So that's going to leave a little bit of sort of, but until we get near the end of the championship, we can't read too much into that for now. But so Atu's on 63 in third. Just 1 point ahead of Sender Kevs, 62, fourth spot. Johnny B now down in fifth on 48 after missing last week as well, but he'll come back into it with a drop round. And then Satis leading Pro-Am on 34. Been super consistent. And we've got Deck Paint on 32. Serving the qualifying band, like I say. The 7th spot. Buzz and Hornet not here tonight again. Hopefully back with us soon. Buzz on 29. Then Redwood on 20. And then Angie on 18 points, rounds out the top 10. Start to get some times on the board here. On 21.8 from Dazza. Just slightly under a tenth faster than Blank File. Early markers. Dazza smashes it, there we go. 120.6. Huge lap from Daz. Looking pretty tasty for Daz in this championship right now. Leads the way by 1 point, like I say, but he's got a drop round already. First round actually at Hockenheim Classic, where he only scored 16 points over the evening, so he's already kind of got a drop round that wouldn't be too bad to get rid of, and he's leading the way in the championship, so Daz are definitely in the mix here. As I say that, who obliterates that with a 119.7. Back again this week. The kind of lap you can qualify it with at Long Beach isn't the kind of lap you want to be racing with, but that's an absolute flyer from Atu. Wow, he scuffs the wall on X30 at the last corner there. And Fletcher's drive onto the main straight. That lap just looks ridiculous to me right now. Bit of time for people to respond though. Bike's coming round the roundabout. Looks like Sender to me in the background. Kev's losing it. Stick with Blank File there. Looked like he was on a bit of a mission then to me. Around the final corner. Tight, tricky little right hand hairpin. Decent exit out onto the straight. Good drive. I reckon this will be an improvement. I don't know if it'll be... Maybe not. Like if I'm missing something at the moment. Everyone misses something compared to Atu. That lap's insane. DIZ is looking pretty rosy up in second on that 126. This is going to be the most important qualifying session of the season around Long Beach. This is definitely the tightest circuit we're going to. It's actually a really unfortunate time for Deck Paint to pick up his qualifying penalty. We'll see how quickly he can pick his way through Pro-Am drivers. Get his way back up to the tail end of Pro. In round 7 tonight. Which is going to be a 15-minute race coming up right after this. And then we got round number 8, which is a 20-minute reverse grid draw race. Which will be grid positions, or sorry, finishing positions 6 to 10 tonight. Random draw between those numbers. From my esteemed colleague Siri. Stick that driver on pole. Here comes Blank Fire once again to complete a lap. Got to be looking to improve it. There we go, does. Pulls himself up into second place. Just under 9 tenths back from Atu. Scrapes in ahead of Dazza. Kev's with that 2 crazy grid penalty. Which we still don't know what happened there, but picked that up pretty early in the session. Kev. Baggy 2 seconds back at the moment. He'll be looking to improve as well. I think this comes into the final sector of the lap. Johnny B yet to set a time as well. Is out on track. That's Johnny B just ahead actually. So Johnny B comes up to the line now. He's going to set a time at least, or is he out onto a lap? Baggy does improve. Knocks a second off his time. It's more like it. 120.7 for Baggy. And then this is Johnny B, who's still right up there in the championship fight. Missed last week with the drop round. That'll be written off. So even though he's a little bit off in the table, he's still right up there. He needs to get a respectable lap time in there. Only 5 minutes left on the clock. Blankfeld's got a lot closer to Atu. 1.5 tenths back now. So he's stuck it underneath the 1 minute 20 marker as well. Into the 19s. The 2 usual suspects front row of the grid at the moment. We know Johnny B can mix it. Not sure if he tactically waited till later to go out to qualify. Set the fastest time in free practice, don't forget. Or whether he just nips out for a sandwich. Here comes Johnny B now anyway to be his first flying lap. Daz has gone quicker. 6 tenths back now, still holds on to 3rd spot. Johnny B crosses the line, where does he stick it? 1.5 seconds back into 6th. Decent start though, decent banker. Baggy improves as well. Up to 3rd. Looks like the track's improving. Oh, this Kev has a little kiss of the wall there. Jumps it back to pit lane. Track's starting to rubber in a little bit to get towards the end of the session. Close at the top. Blankfeld's nicked it. There we go. 119.4 from Blank. He has responded. Is that from showing up 3 tenths up again maybe as well? It looks like he might be on an even faster lap here, Blankfeld. Johnny P as well onto the front row of the grid. Time's flying in here, flying in here. I think I just saw goalie improve slightly there. Just 1 second back now for goalie. Up to 6th spot, pushes Kev's down to 7th. Angie's onto the tail end of pro at least, without any practice, which is decent. She's been in the wall a few times though. That car looking a little bit worse for wear. Still doesn't visibly fix your damage, project cars, for some reason when you go in the pits. I think Blankfar's just gone even quicker, hasn't he? And then top back in the pits on 19.1. Let's keep up with this. Daz is now 4th, 7 tenths back. They keep shuffling, but ultimately Blankfar's on pole, and he's sat in the box. So maybe that's Blankfar done. I think he did 3 searing laps then, went quicker every single time. Nothing separates Johnny B and Atty really, 2nd and 3rd at the moment, but 4 tenths back. Johnny B runs to the line once again. He'll get possibly 2 more goes at this if he keeps running at this pace. You know, he's got time, but just slow that time, 7 tenths off. Pings it into the roundabout. All the Pro-Am guys are in the pits, so that's pretty much settled then. Redwood's going to be leading them off. So Redwood's got pole and Pro-Am. Baggy showing good pace, but just 9 tenths off down in 5th spot. We're looking good. Decent debut so far. Oh, bails out of that one, so that'll be 5th for Baggy. Kevs is going to drop back a couple of spots actually, so that's going to put Angie and Rip. That's going to be a little bit of an advantage for Redwood there. Put him on pace further forward as well. Here comes Johnny B. And it's still on a lap as well. Johnny B is going to cross the line first. Oh no, it's not. Johnny B is going to punt the wall. That's the end of Johnny B's qualifying. Kevs is crossing the line. He's got a 2-place grid penalty to overcome anyway. Oh, he's actually going to start a lap here. Just in time. And that he's bailed out. So just Kevs to improve. Currently 7th, but we'll start 9th, so a couple of spots will be handy for him. And Blankfar's going to take pole position with that 1:19.1. Brush of the wall there from Kevs. And that's it. Kevs bails out. And somehow now Motor Mouse out driving around the track. I'm not quite sure how he got out of the pits then. I feel like this is just an AI maybe driving Motor's car that's escaped out the pit lane, but anyway, the time is going to run out on him. And that'll bring that to a close. So there we go, Blankfar takes pole from Johnny B and Atto. Pretty close at the top from Dazza and Baggy, all separated by less than a second. Then goalie, Kez, Angie, Redwood and Satis. Motormouth and then Deck Paint serving his penalty from the rear. See what damage Deck Paint can do from the back. We go, ready to go racing. It'll be a 15-minute sprint race. Round number 7 of the Curb Clippers M1 Pro Club. Here from Long Beach in the sunshine. Blankfar on pole, Johnny B alongside him. Atto and Daz are on road 2. Baggy and goalie on road 3. Angie. Then you got Redwood promoted up to 8th. Leading in Pro-Am. Kev's in 9th, Status 10th. Motormouth 11th, the penalised deck paint 12th. View from blank file, looking down the straight. That isn't very straight. Down to turn 1. This is the site of the worst race start we ever had in Curb Clippers history in the V8 Supercars. I'm sharing that video a bit today in the Discord, but that's not the worst race I've ever seen at Long Beach. I've seen other places ever worse. This track is tricky. Especially in these beasts. Dazza tries to defend his 1-point championship lead from blank file. Blank file on pole, Dazza in 4th. Hard to overtake around it. Start's going to be key though. And everyone's ready. We'll be racing soon. Some of the headlights pop up. Green light. Whoa, great start. Great start from the top 6 actually. They all got off the line brilliantly. Black file kind of clear at the moment, but Johnny B and Dazza nose to tail. Everyone getting through further back. Ooh, decent turn in. Nice stuff from everybody there. Beautiful racing. So kind of break into single file. Gets a little bit. Yeah. A little bit of a accordion there. Top 4 got through alright. I think everyone's okay. Yeah. Just a quick note on the accordion and back to it. A little bit of front and rear damage for everybody probably, but they all still seem to be pointing the right way. We kind of missed who caused that first initial little check up there, but it was going through the roundabout. Top 4 just breaking away a little bit. Blank file leads away from Johnny B, then Dazza, then Au. Oh, Dazza in the wall, clips the wall. Gets a bit of Au as well. I could have bent the steering. Deck paint up to 5th already. Wow. How did you do that? And how do we mix most of it as well? Amazing stuff from deck paint. Well, write that penalty off then. That didn't matter. Well dealt with. Already up fighting at the front deck paint. Tesla might be a little bit slow on the straight, so he's going to be carrying some aero damage, I would imagine. So 2 teammates line up behind him. Battle at the front, round and roundabout, blank file Johnny B. Closely followed by Attu, and then Dazza holding on to 4th. Deck paint just gets a little clip of the wall on exit there. Gathers it all up. Goalie hanging on to 6th, Baggy in 7th, Kev's in 8th, that's your pro sort of train. Whoa, big accident there, big wreck, Deck's lost it. Oh, he had such a good start as well, he's stacked in the wall there, that car looks done to me. Redwood still leads the way for Arm, ahead of Satis and Motormouth. Motormouth way back actually, so Motormouth's had a problem. Back to the front. 1 and 2. Still nose to tail. John's being a little bit deep out as well, maybe. Dazza coming through in 4th now, and then you've got Goalie and Baggy side by side here. And so that's Goalie losing more time just from the damage there as Baggy comes around him there. Might come in the pits there. That's never going to be really worth pitting, is it? Is it here? It's always worth ploughing on, even if your car's driving at 45 degrees. It's a bit of a top 3 battle now. Top 3 breaking away. Dazza isolated in 4th. We've got Baggy best of the rest in 5th. And a pissed cameraman. There you go, 5th, 6th, 7th. Oh, Johnny B makes... Then it's Johnny B. Johnny B down from second spot. So into turn 1, Johnny B's come a cropper. Car going around in the background as well. Is that Deck again? Nope. Deck's in the pits yet. Deck has actually pitted. That damage was pretty bad. So that's given Black File some breathing space. Johnny B drops it out of 2nd spot. Blank File and that they lead the way. Dazzle hangs on to 3rd place. Baggy now up to 4th. Kev's under pressure now from Johnny B. Johnny B touched the wall again then. Kevs runs it in deep. Baggy starts to get up on the end of Motor Dazza it. Black Fire 1.4 seconds in the lead now. And then these guys 5 seconds back, battling over P3. Nose to tail for 5th. Looks like Kev's carrying a bit of damage there. Johnny B sweeps past. I think Johnny B just rotated here. I think he might have caught the inside curve a little bit and just snagged it and gone around, because he was facing backwards just there where he's just driven through, and there's not a lot of damage on that car. Which is good news for Johnny B. Oh, his Kev flips up on the 2 wheels. Battle for first. Battle for third. Redwood's still leading the way in Pro-Am. Big Motormouth retired actually, so we lost Motormouth from the race unfortunately. And then Decane obviously after that pit stop's down in 11th out of the points. So everyone else who can just keep running clean, he's going to be getting some points today. Ooh, battle for 5th, still interesting there. So we've got 2, we've got battle for 1st, battle for 3rd, battle for 5th. And I think a battle for 7th as well, yeah. Goalie and Angie here. Pretty close together as Andy just gets a little bit of a slide on corner exit. Gathers it up. Out here in the wall. Out here in the fence at turn 1. Misses braking bone. Braking spot. Whoa. Big damage. That's going to leave Black File free at the front. Drops Andy down to 5th. Rearranges the front end of that M1. That is painful. Oh, Kevs gets the wall again. I thought this might be a little bit brutal tonight, so it's proven. But Baggy up to 3rd on his debut. Great driving from Baggy. Dazza as well. Meanwhile, championship leader Dazza. And 2nd place in the championship by 1 point. And will be championship leader if he wins this race, actually. Blank File. Once again at the top. That's Johnny B going round. Oh, Johnny B. Well, Kevs did well then actually. I thought Kevs was in that a lot worse than he was. A little bit more damage for Kevs. Kevs has hit about 40 things very lightly, and Johnny B's just hit something very hard. That's even put Atty back up into 4th now. Loads of mistakes all of a sudden. There's a man who threw away a radical championship round here last season. Tell you a thing or two about making mistakes at Long Beach. Blackfire continues to lead the way now, 5.8 seconds clear of Motor Dazza, who still has the company of Baggy to worry about. Fighting for 2nd now after everybody else's issues. Kevs is in the pits actually, so that one last little bit of damage from contact with Johnny B has been enough to send Kevs to the pit lane. Might give Deck a chance of nicking a point. Keep an eye on them when they both come out because they've both pitted now. Seven minutes left on the clock here at Long Beach. Round number 7, Curb Clippers M1 Pro Club. Actually the battle for 2nd place at the moment between Motor Dazza and Baggy. Loads of drama in this race. Wait until we reverse the grid. It's going to make it even more interesting. Or dangerous, or both. As Kevs exit the pits actually, he's still in the pits. Deck's come around, but he's still shown as being a lap, so maybe Deck must have lost even more time in the pit lane than Kevs yet. It looks like Kevs is going to still have a lap on Deck, so Deck's way back. Had huge damage to be fair, didn't he? That was a massive accident. So Atty, after missing his braking at turn 1 and stuffing the thing in the fence, looks like he still might be on for 4th place, just purely on survival. Minimal front end left on that. It still seems to be driving in roughly a straight line. You've got Johnny B, who's actually, again, quite lucky to be up in 5th. Running with heavy damage. And we saw him pirouetting on the exit onto the back straight. These two are still really, really close though. Goldie's hanging on to 6th spot. Angie's 7th. Redwood's still leading Pro-Am in 8th. Yep, there he goes. Across the line. You know, the winning Pro-Am Redwood is. Ooh, a little bit deep there, maybe from Daz it a little bit. Got away over there, decent drive. You called him that, Jack, not me, mate. That was all you. Blankfire continuing to check out at the front. Well, the battle for second rage is on it. Less than 5 minutes to go on the clock now. Field a little bit spread out. There's been a lot of contact with the wall, contact with each other. The standard issue Long Beach race, really. But at the moment, he was hanging on to 4th still. Johnny B is still 5th. Goldie's now a little bit isolated in 6th as well. Oh no, not that far away as Angie gets a little handful of roundabout there. But lapping well in 7th, Angie. These two have actually got fairly clean race cars down in 6th and 7th. They've not done too badly. Kept it clean. Redwood also kept it clean, running in 8th. And then Satis, he's back there. Slightly less clean in 9th. Deck paint is actually an out of attempts because Kev's back in the pits. So Deck is going to recover a point because Kev's had to make a second pit stop. I don't know if he's actually crashed again or if he's just parked it. There he is, waiting in the pits. There's a battle for second, streams by. These two have been linked together for quite a while now. Matching each other's lap times pretty closely. He's not really been all over the back of Dazza. He's just been sort of sat, you know, just half a second back, just a little bit in the slipstream. Dazza hasn't really needed to defend too much, but they're both driving well. Consistency is key. Before it comes round to complete the lap. Might get 3 more here just about. 9 seconds back now to the battle for second. Oh, and Johnny B kind of close together now, maybe? A little bit. Visually, Atu's car looks a bit more busted up than Johnny B's, but doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's a performance, but perhaps that is the case because Johnny B seems to be catching him here. It looks like we might have a battle for 4th here. And just visually see Johnny B getting closer. He's got some sort of splitter on that M1 at least. Battle for second. Oh, what's happened here, Baggy? Baggy's gone missing. Where is he? Is he okay? He's getting going again. Oh, Baggy with damage now. Oh no. Oh no, that was a... What's been going on? So that's actually a car lap down with heavier damage. That's deck paint with heavier damage, isn't it? Or... slams it in the wall again. Steering's gone on that. Whoa! Yeah. But... I was confusing him for a second because we suddenly had a different car, but Baggy has dropped off the battle for 3rd. So he was slow. He was definitely off, maybe down a runoff area. He's giving Dazza some breathing room, so it is going to be blank fault to win the race, and Melted Dazza in second as it stands, with gaps now from Baggy, who's going to still hang on for a podium thanks to everyone else's problems. Johnny B's passed Atu while I was getting very confused. Tech Paint weaving down the straight. May as well just part that thing on the start finish line and try and pick up your 1 point, mate. I've already driven further enough at 1 point. That's just Kev's gone back out. Yeah, Kev's the battle for the last point is on actually between these two. Who knows who's going to get it? It's going to be passes Atu there. Quite easily Atu's got his hands full, I think. But anyway, through all of that, Blankfell's just driven away at the front. I think he's going to just nick round here to make this the white flag. Yeah, white flag in the air for Blankfell. This will be the final lap. Got 8-second lead over Melted Dazza. He's looking good for second place. That'll swing the championship in favour of Blankfell. He'll lead the way by 3 points going into round number 8. Ahead of Dazza. Baggy, a superb debut up in P3. Difficult track. He's just made a little mistake there. We missed it, but he's gone off down I think he's gone off down one of the escape roads and had to spin the car around because he was sort of missing from action and then reappeared about 10 seconds further back than he had been. But with not a lot of damage on the car, which says to me he managed to sort of successfully avoid a catastrophe. And then he's going to get a podium out of it because he's got a decent gap back to the damaged Johnny B and Atu, who are sort of still scrapping over 4th spot. Johnny B, let's have that one turned up as well now. Good potential dramas in Pro-Am. It is. Here we go. Satis and Redwood nose to tail. Pretty close now. Valuable points in Pro-Am on the line here. Satis in that brown car just behind Redwood. Redwood gets a little slide on. Meanwhile, Blankfell's coming up to win the race. Hold on to Blankfell. Round number 7. Judge through the broken car of somebody else. Wins the race. Blankfell takes round number 7 of the M1 Pro Club. Well done to Blankfell. Dazza's going to get second. P2 for Dazza. Loses the lead in the championship though, but decent result. What's happening here then as they come round? Redwood's going to hang on. I think he is. Baggy's going to nick the podium. Where's the cameraman? Oh, Baggy's with them. Here we go. So this is Redwood and Satis to the line for the winning Pro-Am side by side. They know who won that. Amazing. Who's it giving it to? It's giving it to Satis. I thought I saw that with my eyeballs as well. We'll go with that. That might need reviewing afterwards. That was insane. But in the meantime, Baggy's come home for a maiden podium in his first race. Well done to Baggy. The Pro-Am guys side by side over the line. Awesome stuff. Johnny P comes home in 4th, limping. Atu gets 5th. The cameramen here are definitely more drunk than they normally are. Apologies, guys. I'm flicking around a little bit here and they can't cope. But Goalie gets 6th as well. Good points for Goalie. Angie comes home in 7th. That was pretty cool. Right then, so classified results for round number 7 of the Curb Clippers M1 Pro Club go like this. Blankfell takes the win. Dazza gets 2nd spot. Baggy rounds out the podium. And then Johnny B gets 4th. Atu in 5th. Goalie 6th. Angie gets 7th. And then Satis and Redwood to the line for the winning Pro-Am. Separated officially by 400ths of a second. Literally banging wheels. That was like some epic NASCAR action there. Love that. Satis gets the win and the extra couple of points over Redwood. And then Sender actually comes home. Yeah, in 10th spot for the final point. And then unfortunately Dead Paint and Motormouth both retired. And we will quickly return to lobby and then get round number 8 underway. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 6 and 10.
The answer is 9.
Oh, 9, it's a big one as well. It's a big one for Long Beach. Oh dear, here we go. Who has that even put on poll? Just quickly ping all this stuff in the Discord. Right, let's get this 20-minute race set up. None of that. None of that. Right, cool. P9, was that actually... So that actually, I tell you what, that's done. That's quite brilliantly put the two boys who were side by side, Satis and Redwood, on the front row of the grid together, which is quite fitting. What an awesome finish. So side by side across the line in round 7, and they will share the front row of the grid in round number 8. Probably two main challenges for the Crown title this season, I'd say. But with all the pro guys lined up behind them. Right then, so we've got the grid. It's posted in Discord, so we are good to go. It's going to be a safety car restart like it always is, and then we'll go racing at the end of lap 1 onto lap number 2. So we're going to have Redwood from pole position just ahead of Satis, who nicked him at the line in round number 7. Then we've got Angie in 3rd, Goalie's going to go from 4th, Atto in 5th, Johnny from 6th, Baggy's going to go from 7th, Dazza from 8th, Blank File, race winner in the last round, will go from 9th, and then it's as they finished, Kev's in 10th, Deck Paint in 11th, and Motormouth V8 in 12th position. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be silly. Long Beach mad enough. Add in a reverse grid. Just hope everyone can sort of take their time. In fact, I'm going to even write that in Discord. Yeah, I think the track, couple of reports and drivers that the track is dusty and super hot, which it probably is. Mid-June, so it's today's date, mid-June, yeah. It's hot, slippery track for sure. And it's probably slippery offline as well. There's a lot going on. But even though it was a little bit of a war of attrition, or a little bit of survival battle last time out, which was to be expected, and probably will be this time as well. There was definitely some good racing in there, some good recoveries. Definitely a lot of walls. That's some technical analysis right there. A lot of walls. Many of them extremely strong and flat. Or pointy. Not many good walls out there in the world of motorsport. Definitely none of them around here. Right, I think that should be it. The 2 minutes where I slowly lose my mind is over. Right, here we go then. We'll be ready to just cruise around a lap here of Long Beach. Get a chance to have another look at these M1 Pro cars looking pretty, as we always do. Everyone nice and steady off the line. And wait for Satis and Redwood to roll to the front here. Quite the grid we've served up here with that big reverse. Going to be a question of not risking your car too much early doors. You're going to be potentially going a lot slower than you can go, but you're going to want to keep your nose clean, because as soon as you've got a bit of aero damage down here, you're just a sitting duck on the straights. in most categories. I imagine this M1 Pro car is no different. As Redwood leads them round. So Blackfire now the new championship leader, 3 points to clear of Melted Dazzler. They're now the sort of two main players in the championship, Johnny B and Atto with a little bit of work to do. Motorman sort of falling off the back of the packet. If he'll try and catch up, or if he's just trying to keep his nose ultra clean. Everyone else comes weaving down the back straight. And then Redwood has control of the restart. So expect to see him go anytime really, but the latest out of the last corner. Nothing wrong with stretching the field out a little bit, really. It's entirely up to him how he does it. And here we go, he's going to blast it right now. Redwood takes off. It's green flag. It's going to consume them up at a hairpin. It's a nice track actually for the reverse grid. Stretches the grid out quite nicely at the start. Redwood's going to lead the way. Down to the first corner with a decent advantage. Angie putting a little bit of pressure onto Satis already. She might look to try and take second straight away here. Brakes late, brakes really late. Gets it stopped. Nice pass. Angie up second spot. Let's put pressure on Redwood here. Oh, Satis runs a little bit wide. They're going to consider up again. Goldie comes in a little bit. Yep, that's decent driving from everyone there. Not a lot Goldie could do about that. Did well to sort of give Satis a little bit of room he needed to recover. Stuff from Goldie. Nice clean start from these guys here as Angie puts pressure on Redwood for the lead. Looking around the outside. Alpha third coming in, too wide. Atto looking to come around the outside with Johnny B hot on his heels. As Angie does get the lead from Redwood as well, so Angie leads the way. Angie into the lead. Redwood second, they all come through in third. Everybody third, little bit of contact there at the back. Can't see who that is, it's Satis he's got in the wall. Along with potentially Goldie. Yeah, unfortunate there. That was just a lot of cars fighting in one bit of road, I think. Redwood's still up there battling. Side by side with Atto. Great stuff from Redwood. Into the hairpin, final corner. Well, Redwood does lose a couple of spots, but good driving. Hanging on in there. Baggy's going to nick through now. So Pro Guy's basically coming through to the top, as you kind of expect. Satis has come a couple a little bit. Redwood's done well to keep himself free from damage. Might even just let the motor dazzle. Yeah, he does let the motor dazzle just kind of essentially pass him in. Oh, the camera man is so drunk. Everyone's still there queuing up. Oh, and it's all gone wrong there finally. Who's that who got into Redwood there? That wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. Stewards, have a look at that one. We got that on stream there. Oh, and Angie's up. Oh, what the? No, that was just. Was that Angie in the wall? So hard to tell with these cameramen, they're so drunk. But Angie is going to lose the lead and get collected. It's a little bit hectic out here at the moment. But as it breaks down, Johnny B's leading the way with Atto, Baggy and Dazzler. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Blankfire's not actually coming through as well as you might hope here. He's in 7th. There he is. He's just trying to find his way past Angie, who was leading the race as we started this lap. He's had a little bit of an issue. Doesn't look too damaged though, Angie. Still 7th spot. Still a long way to go. 15 minutes left on the clock. You just come around to complete another lap in a lap 3. Little train of 4 ended up at the front there. Yeah, just on first watch back there. My first instinct there is Redwood was a little bit hard done by there coming into the roundabout. Somebody kind of stuck a nose where there really isn't space for a nose at Long Beach. So we'll have another check of that because he was driving really well already. He's giving everyone room. The guys were coming through. There wasn't really much need for that. And then we got this battle for the lead though. Still cracking on. Red and Satis are both really coming. I mean, to be honest, for the AMP guys, it is a bit, I know the reverse grid draw is awesome and that, but it is always a little bit harsh. Something like Satis and Redwood when it's a big draw and they get thrown at the front end, especially around a street circuit like that. And there's a lot of fast cars coming through behind them, kind of get shoveled out of the way a little bit. I've seen that happen before, but ultimately, the main sort of headline here is Blank File is in with deck paint in fighting over 5th, but he's not with these lead groups, so this is a chance potentially for Dazza and Atu and Johnny B to claw some points back here. As deck paint and Blank File go side by side, and deck paint gets a little wibble on. Oh, taps the wall. Blank File come through, I think. Deck's still got a whiff of the inside, but now Blank File shuts that one down. And Atu's up into the lead. Johnny B's made a little mistake, had a little wobble. Angie's in the pits. Whoa, Johnny B! Pirouettes, Johnny B. Oh, and he's stuck in the wall. Angie coming out of the pits as well, ahead of Blank File, who goes up to 4th, deck paint up to 5th. Johnny B gets going in 6th spot. Up in there. That was weird. He just arrived doing a pirouette. Contact maybe under braking. Either way, Baggy finds himself up to 2nd. This time he's chasing Atu instead of Blank File. And he's got Dazza behind him instead of in front of him. Blank File up to 4th, so that will lessen the impact of his championship points, does this? He stays right there. He's quite a way back actually. Look at that gap. Still waiting for him to come around. There he is. Deck paint all clips the inside, then the outside. Ouch. Oh, that felt that one. And she comes through a lap down. Headlights on. Deck's going to have handling issues now. They're absolutely tanked the wall there. And then Johnny B and Kev's. Kev's car's actually looking in decent nick. I'm not quite sure how he's so far back, but running in 7th. Goldie's been in the wars. Satis is in 9th. Doesn't look like he's had any more drama since the one that we caught on camera. Motor Map up into the points in 10th, but Redwood still just behind them actually. So those three are actually pretty close together. Pro Am is separated by 4 seconds. And then Angie's been in and out of the pits. As Atu. Oh, Baggy goes in the wall even, sorry. And Dazza just tries to nick by, but then gets slowed down a little bit as well. This is all playing into Atu's hands. He's now going to have a little bit of a gap at the front. Nice side by side racing from the two of them there. These two are basically been at it all evening. Take a bow, Dazza and Baggy. It's been awesome. Super consistent. I don't know why I'm saying all this stuff. They'll both die now. Whoa! Baggy nearly killed Baggy straight away. No more commentators cursing from me. I'll wait till the end of the race. Blank File comfortably in 4th now. Johnny B not having a great night actually, Johnny B. Points wise. He's already used his drop round up last week by not being able to make it, so that's what cost him in the championship. And what's going on here? I think Deck's. I can see Deck falling down the order, but I can't see where he is. That's because he's down the escape road. Deck. I think Deck might be done. Unfortunate for Deck there. Been in the wars today. Breaking down into the first corner here. Dazza in P2 ahead of Baggy in P3. Nose to tail as they have been the entirety of round 7 and 8 here at Long Beach tonight. Trying to do the quick maths, but I think 16, 13, 10. Yeah. I think Dazza would be, if they finish as they are, Dazza will be leading the points championship again by 3 points over Blank File. So it'll swing back once again into Dazza's favour if he can hang on to the 2nd spot, keep Baggy behind him, and hope that Blank File continues to run in 4th or worse. He will retake the championship lead. Awesome performances from Dazza so far in this M1 Pro car. They break it down underneath the Firestone Bridge through the final complex of the lap. Tricky little sort of left-hander, and you've got to brake as you turn. Try and carry as much speed as possible through the hairpin, but also get as straight as possible, get power down as quickly as possible on exit. There's a big difference to that time coming down here. Atu's checking out at the front, by the way. He's the fastest man on track at the moment. Lapping 1:20.5. Lapping a little bit quicker than these guys, about half a tenth. So about half a second. But these two are driving against each other big time, whereas Atu's really just driving the track. Blank File's not a million miles away. We'll just drop back to Blank File's view. He's just gonna be catching glimpses of them coming around. There you go. There's the tail end of Baggy's car. Found a spot on the podium. Tantalisingly close for Blank File. He'll be hoping, of course, that if Baggy can start putting a bit of pressure onto Daz and start slowing them both up, then potentially he's got a chance of beating Dazza in this race still, but still got a little bit of work to do, Blank File. What's going on here? We've got Kevs up the inside of Johnny B. Lovely move from Kevs there. We just caught the end of it, just sent it out the inside. Takes fifth spot away from Johnny B. Johnny running with a little bit of damage. Top 5 position taken away from him. Is that a Larry goalie coming down the straight? I think it is. Leaving his front bumper behind, doesn't need that anymore. Bit of weight saving. And this time it's Satis' turn to have the lead in Pro just about ahead of Redwood. Yep, they're still pretty close though. Note him off in the pits as well. So we've had only really the top 9 running without major dramas. Angie falls out of the points in 11th spot. And we've had a retirement as well. Deckpain's retired. Yep, we saw Deckpain down the escape road, didn't we? So that was the end of Deckpain's evening. And Motor Map in the pits as well. So Angie's back in the points. These two not really letting Blank File get much closer, to be fair. We called in about 2 temps, 4 temps last lap. Fastest man on track just continues to be out here. He's out here just lapping. Putting on a clinic. A bit like Blank File in the last round. Taking it in turns. But checked out at the front. I think goalie's just coming up to Johnny B as well now. So starting to put a little bit of pressure on for 6th spot. Whose car's the least bent? Who goes across the line end of lap 10? Oh, so we're heading on to lap 10. 7 minutes left on the clock. It will be the final race of the night. Continuing to lap consistently. That's it. 1:21.0. 120.9 for Baggy. Matching each other literally lap after lap after lap. But Blank File was the fastest man on the circuit that time, 120.5. So Blank File is really pushing to try and get on the tail end of these guys. Oh, slow Blank File. Slow Blank File. I said he was really pushing. I think he's gone in the wall. I think he's gone in the wall bad as well. I think he's lost the... Oh, dramas for Blank File. Big dramas. Big dramas in the championship here. 6 minutes left on the clock. That car looks undrivable to me. Wow, that is... Yeah, he's going to do well to get that back to the pits. He's not going to drive for 6 minutes like that. The rest of the field are coming as well. Kevs isn't a million miles away here. Ooh, big dramas in the championship. Big dramas in the championship. We'll keep an eye on that as Blank File limits it around. 5 minutes left on the clock. I mean, he does have a bit of a buffer as well, to be fair. Like I say, it's never worth pitting in these short races at Long Beach, and it really isn't, but that car looks so undrivable. He still leads away by 5 seconds. Ahead of the battle for second. Dazza, Baggy. And then here comes a limping Blank. Where is he? What's he going? He's going in the pits. He is going in the pits. So Blank File's made the mistake. It was somewhere between the roundabout. I wonder if it might have been on exit of the little complex as you head into the back straight where there's that big sticking out tyre barrier. Because he's lost his back, yeah, his back right. Unless you hit it on the inside. But anyway, Blank File in the pits. This is gonna have huge championship implications. Of course, he does have the drop round, but I think he's already had one slightly ropey round as Blank File, if I remember rightly. I could have a look, couldn't I? In the pits, and guess what? Dazza and Baggy are still fighting. I think Baggy actually doing, you know, he's driving really, really well, really well. He potentially could be a little bit more aggressive, but he's not really in the championship fight, so you know, it kind of makes sense to have. Yeah. I respect how well he's driven tonight. Been fast, been clean. Awesome debut from Baggy. He comes up on a little bit of traffic here. Goalie's passing Johnny B as well. Yeah, so Johnny B in major strife here. So Johnny B and Blank Fire are having big issues here. Goalie finds himself up in 5th. Even with no front end on that car. Johnny B's battling a snaky handling issue. Blank File's still in the pit, so Blank File's about to lose. Oh, he's just exiting now. Oh, so yeah, no, he's already lost, hasn't he? Yes, he's already gone. He's almost gone a lap down. Yep. Blank File won't get much more than 2 points tonight. This is good signs for FRY-DIZ. If he can hang on to this 2nd spot, or even if Baggy does start to get really racy, you know, FRY-DIZ just won't want to get any incidents here. This is a big points win for DIZ. They're just coming up on putting a lap on Redwood. He's actually running 8th in the race, but he's a little bit off the leader status in Pro Am. 3 minutes left on the clock. And Dazzle just comes across Redwood at a little bit of an awkward point. Catches him on exit, but no problems getting past. Just starting to actually gap Baggy a little bit here, Dazzle. So looking good for 2nd place. Just like this man's looking good for the win. Little clip of some debris there for Atty on the outside. Somebody's yellow bumper. I think that might be something to do with motor mouth. Oh, Baggy's made it. What's going on this side by side? The cameraman's so drunk. Baggy's made the move up into 2nd spot. Sorry guys. Just keeping an eye on that. But we missed it. But he is up to 2nd. It's going to cost us a free. That's the difference between 16 and 13 championship points, 2nd and 3rd. So there's 3 points in this. Dazzle can try and recover. But at the same time, with Blank Fire down in 9th spot, if Dazzle comes away from here with a 2nd and a 3rd, that is not a bad handful of points in the championship battle, and will leave him leading the way still. See, I don't know. I would love to know if Dazzle made a mistake or if Baggy actually stuck a move on him. But that gap looked like it was increasing. When we cut away from them, there was about just over a second that Dazzle pulled out. So my educated guess is Dazzle's made a little mistake, had a little wobble on exit, and just enough to lose, yeah, about a 2.5 seconds worth of time in one moment, which has allowed Baggy to sneak through. Johnny B and goalie here still fighting over 5th spot. And Blank Fire still in 9th. He's got a chance here actually of catching up with, yeah, there's Redwood, and then Blank Fire's going to crest the hill just in the background there. So Blank Fire's got a chance here of nicking up to Redwood in the last couple of laps. He's running out of time. Oh, and Baggy just seems to be slow on exit there. I think I don't know if he touched the wall or missed the gear, but he just bogged right down, and that's a straight back pass into 2nd spot. That's a big 3-point gain as well, if he can hang on as well. All the difference. We saw Blankfire do it last week at Silverstone Classic, lunged across the line to grab 3rd off of Kev's. Right at the death. Went from 10 points to 13 points, so if Dazzle and Blankfire continue driving like they're driving and it comes down to those two, it's going to be these little things, these little tiny moments that are going to make a difference in 3 weeks' time at the finale at Monza Classic, which is going to be mental. Looking forward to that one already. So we're at Road America next week for the M1 Pro Club. So white flag's been in the air for out of here. And he's coming round to win the race and take round number 8 of the Curb Clippers M1 Pro Club Championship. Goes to Casey Attu. Nice driving, bro. Takes the win. Strolled away with that one. 8 seconds clear at the front. Daz is going to come home in second spot though. Satis crossing the line to take the win in Pro-Am. We just saw in the Brown Cup. One up to Satis. Second place does go to Motor Dazza though overall. Good points for Dazza today. Good stuff. Baggy just come a little bit unstuck there right at the end, but still gets home in third spot. 2 podiums. 2 great drives for Baggy on his debut. Awesome stuff. And some really great racing. Awesome stuff with Dazza there. Swapping positions. Kev's coming in fourth. So after dramas at the start, early dramas, Kev's will be pretty pleased with that. I think a few flashes of the lights, if he's happy with that. Good points for Kev's there. Just by keeping his head down, even though he got into drama a bit early on, everyone else started falling off the road ahead. Then we got Goalie and Johnny B coming up to cross the line side by side. There turns to be side by side. I'm putting that as Goalie just. And it's giving it to Goalie as well. Just ahead of Johnny B, 5th and 6th across the line. Battle for the top 5 there, awesome stuff as well. And then, like I say, Satis actually coming in 7th, but a lap down in 7th place, so that was a hectic race. Reverse grid, Long Beach, that's what you get. And then Blankfire recovered to 8th after his pit stop from that drama damage. Whew, take a breath. Oh my days, right, so Attu takes the win. And the fastest lap. Yep. And maximum points. And then Dazza, great results from Dazza today in the championship, and retains or regains the championship lead from Blankfire after round number 8 with 2nd spot. And then Baggy, two third places on debut. Awesome stuff from Baggy. Welcome to the championship, and welcome to Curb Clippers once again. And then Kev's good stuff in 4th. Hope he's pleased with that. Goalie as well in 5th. Good drive just to kind of duck through most of the melee and get some good points. Just pipping Johnny B to the line, this time by 2/200ths of a second. So allegedly closer than Satis and Redwoods in round 7, but I'll let you guys decide which one was better. And then Satis with the win in Pro-Am in 7th spot. More good points for Satis. Blankfire splitting the Pro-Am guys in 8th after that pit stop drama, and then Redwood in 9th. And then Angie does recover to a point after being in and out of the pits. And then Deadpain unfortunately retired again, as did Motormouth. Oh no, Motormouth didn't retire, but he did finish just way back down, and no points for 11th spot unfortunately. Well, there we go. That completes round 7 and round 8. Of the Curb Clippers M1 Pro Club. Thank you for watching. Thank you for racing. Thank you for everything. Everybody always does here at Curb Clippers. And we are back next week for rounds number 9 and 10. Joe Watkins Glen, which I'm glad I checked. So Watkins Glen next week, and then we've got Road America, and then we've got the finale at Monza Classic in 3 weeks' time. Join me again for those, please do. And I'll see you guys very soon. I think I might be commentating on Wednesdays now because my wheel doesn't seem to want to work with the PS4 anymore, so they might have just decided for me. But if not, there'll be some iRacing tomorrow and we'll on board with that, and I'll see you guys next week or potentially on Wednesday. And take it steady. Please do subscribe, tell your friends, come race with us, or just continue watching, and I'll see you all for the next one. Take it steady, guys. Ciao.